Hey my little panda cubs! So this is not really going to be a helpful or informative video. I just wanted to talk about why I refuse to stop being myself in public. You know, my government wants to kill me, you know, the Labour Party wants to kill me, the far right wants to kill me, TERFs want to kill. It seems like these days everybody wants to frickin' kill me just for being trans. It's getting to be a dangerous world out there for us. And somebody asked me a question a little while ago. They asked, well, why do you still go out looking the way you do? To which I replied, why fucking shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I be allowed to be myself in public? Why should I hide? Oh, just go back into the closet. Just go back to pretending to who you used to pretend to be. Just go back to conforming to what society wants you to be and not what you actually are. That's backwards. You have it backwards. I refuse.
No, I don't think I will.
I'm a late starter. I knew I wished I was a girl from my childhood. Like, I knew there was something wrong with me. I knew that I should have been a girl. Back then, we didn't really have the knowledge or the education that we do now. So I didn't know what trans was. I didn't know what gender dysphoria was. In fact, for a long time, I thought it was normal for boys to wish they were girls. I thought all boys secretly wished to be girls. That was my upbringing. It wasn't until a few years ago I realised I met my first trans people on Twitter. This was before Elon Musk took over, and they helped me to understand who I was. I'm on the wrong side of 30 now. I should have transitioned in my teens. If I was if somebody told me 15 years ago about what trans was and about hormones, I'd have done it 15 years ago. So in my teens, I became an alcoholic and a drug addict. I mean, I was drinking myself half to death at 13. You know, I mean, my drinking got really bad last year, as some of you know. But really, I've been an alcoholic since 13. And around 16, 17, I started on drugs, ecstasy, speed, cocaine. I didn't really get off those until like, 5, 6 years ago. So I spent from my teens all the way through my early and mid-20s and late 20s, even recently, late 20s. I spent high on drugs or blind drunk because, again, I knew there was something wrong with me. I knew I was miserable. I knew that something in this world wasn't right. I just couldn't put my finger on it until I met these trans people. I mean, I was already on my way before I met those. Funny enough, I met femboys before I met trans people, right? I'd already given up my masculinity and started going down the road of being a femboy.
I'm a fanboy, not really like fanboy. Hair always a mess, boy. Look good in a dress, boy.
And funny enough, it was when I started becoming a femboy, I started feeling a little happier inside. You could say a little gender euphoric. But then I met the trans people and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not just a boy who likes to be feminine. Yeah, I've always wished I was a girl. That dysphoria, that's the word. Transit, you can do what? HRT exists! 3 months later, poof, I was on HRT. So anyway, the point is, when this person asks, oh, why don't you just go into hiding? Why don't you just stop being visibly trans? Then you won't be targeted as much. Because I've wasted the fucking best years of my life doing that already. So fuck you. That's why. No, I know who I am now. I know what I am now. I'm on HRT now. A year or two, I'm going to get all the surgeries. This year, hopefully, I'm going to get speech therapy. No, I'm not going into hiding. For the first time in my life, I'm happy with the way my body's developing. For the first time in my life, I don't look in the mirror and see a complete stranger. I'm not going to let the government's bigotry stop me from being who I am. And no far-right incel or turf Nazi is going to stop me from being who I am. They're not going to stop me from being myself and being happy. Just because they're miserable in their lives, they want to make everybody else miserable. I refuse to give in to their evil violence. If the government wants to kill me, they know where I am, and they know where I am because they keep sending the fucking police to me to tell me off for talking about the genocide. So they know where I am. Where's Streeting? I sent him an email recently. It's no wonder they keep sending police to me. But you know, they're constantly persecuting me for being trans, the government. And that's what they want. They want you to hide. They want you to run away. They want you to not be yourself. They want you to pretend to be somebody else and conform to what they demand you be. Evil fascist bastards! No, I refuse! That's one of the answers to that question. Moving on. The second reason is for other trans people. Really, to give other trans people hope and to make other trans people feel safe. For those who are too scared to be themselves yet, or for some reason can't be themselves yet. Or those who want to be themselves but feel too scared to be. Imagine being a closeted trans person in a small town like mine and thinking you're the only one of your kind in your town.
The only gay in the village.
Because I do only live in a small town. They're scared of being ridiculed and they're scared of what people will think of them. They see me walking through town, very visibly out loud and proud trans, you know? I've got my trans pins, I dress very lollygoth. Well, I dress like a mix between lollygoth and pastel goth. I can't decide on my fashion sense, so I just mish and mash the both. It works for me, you know, I am who I am. They see me being myself unapologetically. I hope that inspires them, or at least lets them know that they're not alone, which is so important, I think. If we all went into hiding, right, if there was no visibly trans people in society, just like the Labour Party wants, there's never going to be progress. There's never going to be acceptance. I want to inspire others and show others that they don't have to hide, and that actually most of society doesn't really care. Online discourse does not translate into real life. Like 99.9% of my interactions with people in real life are positive. Alright, I had that one bad incident at the Unicorn. But what happened after that? Well, the landlord of the King Edward invited me round there. I said, oh, you're always welcome here, Pandora. We heard what you happened. That's terrible. You're welcome to be yourself here. They took me in. The Weatherspoons round the corner. Oh, you're always welcome here. The waterfront. Oh, we'll always protect you here, Pandora. Everywhere. So, okay, I had that one bad incident, and then, you know, immediately after I had 10 good incidents all in a row. That's just how it is. So online discourse does not translate into real life, and I don't want people hiding or feeling like they can't be themselves because of online discourse. You'll find in real life most people are actually not dickheads, right? I can count on one hand the amount of dickheads I've encountered in real life. The amount of, real proper bigots. Like the woman that got me barred from Unicorn, she kept following me around. She even had a go at the landlord of the Edward. Why are you letting a man in the women's toilets? And the landlord told her to go fuck herself. I didn't. I let a girl into the girl toilets because trans girls are trans girls are girls. And it's just a visible reminder that we exist and that we're real people. If I go into hiding, how do we show people in real life that online discourse doesn't translate, right? When I meet a person in real life and they see me and they talk to me and they get to know me, you're tangible then, you're real. You're something they know, there's someone they know. So when they see this online discourse, they're like, oh well, my friend Pandora, I love Pandora. So this online discourse, this is bullshit. You see what I mean? The third reason I refuse to hide is because honestly, I kinda deserve the abuse and hate and the insults and the violence and the threats. I didn't... Some of you might think I'm a good person, but I'm not. I'm actually... I try to be. I think that's the point. I'm trying to be a good person now. But I used to be one of them. You know? The far-right bigots. I used to be one of them. In 2016, those you will never be a woman messages on Twitter. That was me. The honk supremacist. The honk supremacist. You remember the honkler stuff. I was a honkler. Yeah. The little green frog avatars.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That was me. I spent most of my days on Poll. Not just on 4chan, but on 8chan as well. I was that far deep into it. I was horrible. I wish... One thing I wish more than anything in the world is to rewind time back to 2016 so I can apologize to the people I might have hurt with my words, because the words I used then are the kind of words that TERFs and bigots use against me now, which is really ironic, really, but as the saying goes, what comes around goes around, right? So I kinda deserve it. So I refuse to stop being visibly trans, because I kinda deserve to be a shield now. I deserve to be a meat shield. I deserve to be on the front lines. See, I know that I can take the hate and the bigotry and the violence. There's nothing really they can do to hurt me or break me. I mean, actually the anti-terror police came close. They were threatening something worse than death. They were threatening to have me raped and tortured. They were threatening to throw me into a cell with a bunch of males. That scared me a lot. I couldn't stop shaking for like 2 weeks. That scared me. But that's where we're at under this government. So yeah, basically, I used to dish it out when I was younger, 2016-ish time. So I should be the one to take it in and stop others from getting it. I just... all my little sisters and all my little panda cubs, I just want to put them behind me, you know, like get behind me. Just let me stand in front. Let me get it. I know this sounds kind of narcissist, right? But it's not. I don't mean it like in that way. It's just I don't want people feeling that hurt and pain. Whereas with me, it's more, I can take it. I refuse to hide. For you, my babies, you have to do what's best for you and what is safest for you. And if hiding and not being yourself in public is what you feel is best and safest for you, then that is what Big Sis recommends for you, because I want you safe, right? I'm just saying that I refuse to hide because I refuse to not be myself, and I refuse to let the government and far right dictate my happiness. Your Big Sis will always be here to support you. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please consider liking, subscribing and pressing that bell button. It really helps me in the algorithm. And remember, I do have a Discord server. The link to that is in the description. Thank you so much, Patreon babies. Your support means so much to me. Big Sis loves you. Zippity!